How'd the guys look today?
You know, there was good energy. You know, we're trying to clean it up. There's still things that that obviously we need to clean up. We need to understand, especially when you're mixing in a lot of young guys. They're understanding how we practice. You know, when we put we don't have our entire package in, and they start to understand the volume of what we do. It's not as easy as just coming in and just rolling the ball out. You know, so whether they were more on the car team last year, whether they were coming out of high school, a lot of those young guys are really starting to learn how to adjust to the speed and the pace of practice and the volume of the defense. But the ones, I'm proud of the ones. They're starting to understand what we're trying to get done. Still obviously things to clean up, but I think we're ahead of where we were last year at this point.
Josh said he felt twitchy fast. Did you see that as well today?
I do. I think he's starting to look like he did 2 springs ago. But before the diagnosis, he's starting to get there. Again, he's still not there yet, but he's looking the part, and really excited about the opportunity for him to play that that field end position for us, and give us a different style of body there. And I think it'll stress offenses, and he just continue to improve. But signs are good.
Right, what's the message to the guys going into spring break, and then especially with all the uncertainty on the classes and everything after that?
Well, really for us, from a football side, it's about staying focused when we come off of. It's funny how fast you can forget, and there's obviously going to be recall. We're not going to go installing right out of spring break. We're going to go back to day one fundamentals, reestablish what we're all about, from eyes, hands, technique, vision lines, pad level, physicality, all of that. So again, if we can ground ourselves in the fundamentals, the volume of defense will come later.
Will you be practicing the first week after spring break?
That's a coach question.
What about some of the young linebackers? What are you seeing? Weaver, Casey, McDaniel, those guys, how have they progressed?
You know what? They're coming along. Where for them, you'd have to sort of compare. Casey, I put in that boat. I know he came early last year, but with the position change, he's sort of back into that learning stage. And so for guys that had to run card team a fair amount, now they were up with us some, in and out throughout the season, but it's not as easy as having the tight package that they had last year. We kind of try to keep their package really small. So now again, dealing with the volume again, they're just trying to they spin a little bit at times. You got to help get them through the call, but the physicality, the speed, their proficiency within the call once they know it is greatly improved. Obviously still things that we need to work on, but I'm excited about what they provide us and the depth they provide us, and the meaningful reps that we'll need from those guys.
How is Xavier taken this spring? Is he moving into the way he needs to?
He's much improved in terms of what we expect of him. Again, still not there, but definitely improved, and you can see the effort, and that's the important part, is seeing the effort that he's putting in.
You mentioned Bembry, I think, last week as a guy that you wanted to see kind of elevate this spring. Have you seen any signs, in the last few days?
You know what? I think he's settling in. He's got a lot of confidence right now, and that's a good thing. That's coming off an injury like he had, and coming off of 3 ACLs. The biggest thing is just trusting and believing your body. And he's a smart kid. He understands. He's really taken to the defense, making calls and adjustments. So I've been pleased with what I've seen so far, and we're going to need a guy like him to elevate. Because we talked about it before, last week, in terms of you need 4 or 5 inside guys, to get through a whole season.
Everybody good? All right.
Thank you.